Pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I rise to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. House Resolution 114. Resolved that pursuant to Article 1 of the Constitution of the United States, Representative George Santos be, and he hereby is, expelled from the House of Representatives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
It's become quite clear in the past few days that no one in the leadership of the Republican Party is going to do anything about the biggest fraudulent liar in their ranks. Yeah, there are many, but by far the most egregious is, of course, Congressman George Santos. In what is becoming one of the most patently ridiculous farces our government has ever seen, and yeah, I get that's saying a lot, Santos is clinging on to his position, and the Republican Party is just turning a blind eye. House Democrats have thus been forced to act, and although there's not much they can do as the minority in the House, on Tuesday they filed a resolution to expel Santos. This will trigger a vote in the next few days, and although the logical part of me knows that the vote might go down on party lines, I would still be shocked if every Republican seriously defends him at this point, when they have to put their name on the line for someone who so clearly doesn't deserve it. Axios did get a few Republicans on the record saying they will vote to expel him, though. Representative Mark Molinaro of New York told Axios that he will be a yes vote, saying, quote, "Worse than being a total distraction, he's been treating what should be so very serious with a lack of serious. It's disheartening and disappointing." So that's very good news for the Democrats and the country, but in order to pass, the bill needs 80 yes votes from the Republicans, which is a much steeper cliff to climb. Congressman Robert Garcia, a Democrat, is spearheading this vote, and it actually comes after some pretty serious steps by Kevin McCarthy, who declined to block Santos from receiving a classified briefing. Garcia and other Democrats saw this as the last straw, as until now, even the GOP had been unified in keeping Santos off of committees and pushing him to the sidelines. So yes, when it comes to the Santos charade, things are pretty bleak. But a freshman Democrat House member had one of the most satisfying exchanges regarding the hypocrisy on the right, and it's definitely worth checking out. Take a look.
My Republican colleagues want to talk about keeping DC streets crime-free. They can't even keep the halls of Congress crime-free, because we gonna talk about this, because I got 24 seconds. My freshman colleague has just been indicted on 13 counts, 13 felony counts, right? But have they exhibited any courage to say, you know what, we will disallow this in our body. We will make sure that we expel this individual. They have not. So what I don't want to hear is that they care about crime, because if they did, they would start by cleaning up our own house and mind our own business instead of coming after DC. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is all of us as we watch this spectacle continue to plague Capitol Hill. It's totally shameful, embarrassing, and bizarre, and I, for one, am very glad people are interrupting business on the Hill to call it out. Congressman Richie Torres summarized the situation nicely, saying that, quote, "His colleagues want nothing to do with him. His constituents want nothing to do with him. He's persona non grata except the leadership that's protecting him." It is completely ridiculous that several Republicans are on the record being against Santos in Congress while their leader, Kevin McCarthy, supports him. It's a shameful abdication of leadership, and I for sure will be watching this vote very, very closely to see who else shares McCarthy's lack of morals. For more of my videos on the breakdown, stay right here. You can check out my latest video on the real reason Fox News won't dump Trump by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at CaroJohnson917.